Hi everybody, it's Heather Cox, your roving reporter. We are here at Westlake High School. It's my first time ever coming to Westlake High School, and for a very good reason. We're here to see Dr. Bennett. Dr. Bennett, how long have you been teaching in Fulton County?
This is my second year in Fulton County, but I've been teaching for about 11 years, college level, private school, and now I'm here in Fulton County.
And Dr. Bennett's one of our Vanguard team members, and I remember when we interviewed you, I was like, how are you not already on the Vanguard team? It didn't make sense because we know you've done some really great things. So at Westlake High School, what is it that you teach?
I teach AP Physics, IB Physics, as well as the magnet physics classes. Yes.
Okay. Lots of things that are well over my head. Totally
Make it fun.
another language for me, clearly. But how do you use? That's a tough topic. So how do you incorporate instructional technology into those different physics classes?
That's a great question because a lot of times, I can assume, oh, they should already know that, but I love using quizzes just to see what they know, and I can go back and look at what questions most of the class missed and just target those things. It gives me a great snapshot, and then the students also know, oh, I thought I knew that, so it gives them an indication. So with them having the knowledge of where they are, it gives them a great way of knowing what they need to focus on.
Yeah, I love formative assessment tools for that reason. I think you said two really important things about the way those tools are used. Number one, you can see right away what do they know and then what do you need to target. And then for the students as well, they see where they're weak, even though they thought they might not be.
Yes.
They see where they're weak, and then they can work to fix that instead of waiting until they get to a final exam, and then they're like, oh my gosh, what do I do now?
Yes, I've really seen an increase in their performance because the formatives, we have a class goal, and they have an individual goal, and so I'm always asking, so what is our class goal? We want to all make sure we are meeting that mark. And so they're competitive in that sense, and then they want to beat the other class also. So it builds a lot of those things in there, kind of, just inert with how it's set up. Yeah.
And with Westlake being one of the later cohorts for device rollout, you guys do not currently have the one-to-one that some of the earlier schools have. How do you manage not having one-to-one device? Is that an issue? And if it is, how do you work with it?
Well, I work with it with the formatives. A lot of times I use that to help establish groups. So if I have students that are doing extremely well, okay, how many have already gotten 100% on that or 90% on that? Okay, I'm going to give you guys some DOK problems that are a little bit harder while I focus my attention on these students who just need additional assistance. So I use the formatives to help with establishing groups, and then I'm giving them different projects to work on, outside of my direct assistance.
And how often do you do some kind of formative assessment with them? Something like quizzes or Kahoot or something like that?
Every day.
And what's great about that then is that the groups can be fluid. So maybe on one concept you are, really proficient, and so you're in, the group with the higher DOK levels.
Yes.
The next day, maybe you're in a different group.
That's right.
And it really allows for it to be personalized.
Yes.
In that way. How about classroom management? How does that help?
Well, it really helps to, first of all, you have to have established rules just in general, because otherwise it's chaos. And because the kids get really excited and they just want to be very social. But just establishing, okay, this is our time to make sure we have this, because our goal is what? Just always reminding students about their goal. And also, if they see themselves achieving, they want to be in that DOK4 group, and they're like, oh, look at me, I got a 90 this time. So they're inspired and motivated to be able to do, I even give my 10th graders AP questions, and so they're like, oh, I can try one of those now, I'm ready, So the management part is essential, and they know the rules. They're kind of checking each other, so okay, be quiet. They kind of check each other because they want to be involved. Yeah.
And have you had, in using some of these methods, have you had just like a wow moment with any of the kids, or something you could share with us that like you can really see how it affected them?
Yes, the students love to show what they know. So if a student, it just kind of happened today where a student was like, oh, I thought this was the only type of energy. It's like, no. Since it's moving, it's kinetic, so you forgot that energy. So I love seeing those, and I'm not always like, just the only, sage on the stage, but to see that interaction, and then they trust one another too, to, be a scholar, the scholar next door.
Yeah.
So they can always kind of rely on each other. So I see those moments happen quite a bit, and it's exciting because it shows me that they're confident in what they've just learned, and then they can convey it, to another student.
Yeah, and actually, we had a chance to really see that when we first came in to see Dr. Bennett in the class. The kids, saying like, well, what about, and I thought I could do that. And so they were really, anxious to share different perspectives on how to approach a problem.
Yes.
So clearly there is an environment of comfort where they feel like they're able to just kind of step out and share a thought in that way.
Yes.
Well, it's been fabulous coming down here. Like I said, this is my first time at Westlake, and it's been great. She has a fabulous bulletin board of memes of motion, which we will share some pictures from that because it's fantastic. But we are going to get back to taking a look at the kids and their experiments, and thank you so much. Yeah, did you want to share something?
Yeah, I want to share our projects that the kids just did on Newton's Cradle. So can I grab one right quick?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. All right. So make this project. It's called Newton's Cradle, and we've seen it a million times, but to construct this is challenging. They have to overcome some challenges, but it demonstrates about 5 or 6 different physics concepts.
Okay.
And they have to actually describe it. So it's like, okay.
So maybe explain to us then how that works, because I was looking at a bunch of them. First of all, side note, I love that this is a themed one.
Yes.
So this is Newton's pool time cradle with the pool cues and the pool ball. So explain what's going on with a Newton's cradle.
Okay. So it demonstrates Newton's 3 laws for objects that are at rest. They'll stay at rest unless an outside force acts upon it. So that's the first law. The second one, if there's an unbalanced force, it will create an acceleration. So obviously there's a force that's not balanced because the balls are accelerating. Newton's third law, equal and opposite reaction. So there's a force exchange going on in between. And then energy, conservation of energy. But it doesn't go on forever. So the students have to explain why it doesn't go on forever. Momentum, so mass and motion. So they have to explain all that. And they love to be able to demonstrate or talk about those things with an apparatus. So they can be creative. So it gives an outlet for those students, trial and error, working on a team.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm an engineer background. So I'm always looking for ways they could make something and then work as a team. So
sometimes just really digging in there and having to play around and test different things, because I know some of the other ones we had looked at, maybe if something's a little off, then it doesn't work, and learning how to adjust those things to make it meet all 3 of those laws of motion, like you've said. That's just fantastic. And like I said, I love the theme.
Yeah.
It's a girl after my own heart.
Yes. We had a Lego theme, so it was, they could be creative, and they're encouraged to do so.
That's fantastic.
Yeah,
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much. We are so happy to have been here today, and I'm sure if you have any physics or engineering questions, Dr. Bennett is a much greater resource than I ever would be.
Well, thank you for being our resource, because I'm telling you, thank you for helping me with knowing some more of the tools and just what to do. So it's mutual. Thank you guys for support.
And that's really, I think that speaks to Vanguard. We're all here to help each other improve in those different areas. So thank you, and take a look then at the experiments. Hi everybody, we have some of the students in Dr. Bennett's class here today. First of all, I'll let you introduce yourselves. Why don't you go first?
My name is Adama Nimbalan.
My name is Christopher Patterson.
And what class is this for Dr. Bennett?
This is magnet physics.
Magnet physics? What exactly does magnet physics mean?
It means that it's a physics class specifically pertaining to magnet fields.
Okay, well, I'm just letting you know I would not do well in this class, number one. Okay, so tell us, we saw you guys using quizzes to check for understanding. So tell us how you guys use quizzes in Dr. Bennett's class.
Well, she'll have us, maybe the day before, have us write notes for homework and stuff like that. And then the day when we come in, we'll do quizzes on those lessons we're supposed to be taking.
Okay.
And we'll go over it, and at the end of class, she'll have us do quizzes again to see how much we've grown.
Okay, and then, so you have a sense of what you know and what you don't know.
Yes.
Great. What are some other things that you use in some instructional tech that you use with Dr. Bennett's class?
Kahoot, Edmodo, the GPB.
Okay.
Yes.
Georgia Public Broadcasting? Yeah, they've got some great resources, don't they?
Yes.
And how do you like learning with some of those tools and resources versus, you know, doing certain things paper pencil or kind of like the quote unquote old school way?
I like it because the GPB we have, like, they have videos on there that actually, like, we like use as a tutorial for learning some certain type of stuff, and so it's just easier for me to learn visually.
Yeah.
Rather than, you know, just instruction in class.
I like it because I could test myself previously before I learn material to see how well I do compared to how I do it, how I do later on.
Absolutely. It's a great way to review for tests and things like that, especially when you're not understanding. I would probably be using them a lot because I wouldn't understand any of it. Well, they are in the middle of an experiment right now, so we're going to let them get back to their experiment, but thank you for taking some time to chat with us today.
No problem.